Hey there, and for my next trick, I'm gonna drive a car that I bet probably 90% of people like, if not more. Um, I think this car holds up to what it looks like because it came out in the 90s and it's still beautiful. Like, if they started selling this car again with the same body and they just like updated the lights and stuff like that, that's all. Updated lights, not change the shape, like update them to, the modern LEDs and stuff and the rear lights. And then the interior a bit. The interior you can change, but if they kept the exterior similar to this, it would still sell, I think. I'm pretty sure it would sell. Regardless of that, this is the RX7, but it's tuned apparently. I've never tried this, so it has a 444 horsepower, 398 torque, 1300 kilograms. Doesn't say the top speed, doesn't say it's 0 to 60, but it does have like a 3 kilogram per horsepower, which is not bad. Not the best, but not bad. And I'm going to take it to the famous Nordschleife. I'm going to go with these settings, the usual. No traction control, no stability control, none of this. Mechanical damage, I don't care, because it's just a hot lap. Oops. Down. Tire wear I do have on now. And you know what? I don't know how this car drives on this game, but I'm going to go ahead and test it out, see what kind of time I can do. I just finished using the Ferrari FXXK, and I was able to get below 7 minutes on the Nordschleife. With this car, I'm going to say 8 minutes, a little bit over 8. We'll see. I don't know. This is a lot slower than the Ferrari. I'm sure it sounds a lot slower, but we'll see. And it's just beautiful. I'm going to see what kind of tires because I do not want... Okay, the rear wing, I'm going to increase it to 3. Whoops. I'm going to increase that wing to 3 because this track definitely needs that. Final gear ratio. Should I? 294, 281. I think this is, I'm going to keep it as it is. Semi-slick, street, no, let's go semi-slick. And ABS factory, so it has ABS 1. And before blast off, we're going to take a look at how it looks. I like the effects of like the heat dissipating over the car, and it's just amazing. This game you can actually pop up lights and stuff. It's really cool. The car is just beautiful car. Alright, let's go. Let's see if I can keep this thing in the track. The interior looks pretty cool. Some Recaro seats. And blast off. Oh yeah, this thing's not gonna do below 8. There's absolutely no way. Feels slow right now. Like really slow. Oh man, that's it. 5 gears. That's all it has. Oh. Thought I wanted to drift there a little bit. Oh. Oh boy. It's not very fast, or at least it doesn't feel very fast. And it only has the 5 gears, which kind of sucks. Maybe I should have changed the final gear ratio. Because this car won't go above 200. Well, it will, but it won't go too high above, is what I'm trying to say. I might be wrong. RX7 has a different type of engine. It has a rotary engine, which I've searched videos to see how that works. It's basically this triangle-shaped thing that rotates. The only problem with it is it wears out quite a lot, and not every mechanic knows how to work on it. So if someone does have, people that do have an RX7 need to really take care of it, because it might not last forever. So it's best to not put a crazy amount of kilometers on, because I don't even think they make these engines anymore. Like, I know Mazda doesn't right now sell anything. I wonder if you ask them to make one to replace, if they would, but they probably would. You would probably just have to pay a crazy amount of money. It just feels really slow. I think I might just do one lap with this car. Because I feel like it's just not that fun right now. Maybe for this track, maybe on a small track, it's really fun because you could just throw it around curves and stuff. Here is one of those tracks if you want to complete a lap, especially without assists on. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. It's just, it's risky business with a car like this, even though it's slow. I feel like it's slow. It looks like it picks up on that 5th gear and it gets into the almost 250 or whatever, but before that it just feels like a slow burn. I might have to change the final gear ratio just to see if that would change the way it drives, because I'm already at like 3.5 minutes, and I did smash a little bit, but I'm not even gonna take that into account. I'm just testing it. Yeah, it's definitely not. Feels like in the higher revs it starts picking up speed. It's when you insert the gear at first, it's a slow burn, and then higher revs it like really picks up. I guess that's probably how the rotary engine really works in terms of speed. I think the Mazda 787B was also a rotary engine. That's a prototype car. But it has a sound that, oh my god. It sounds insane. It sounds like a Formula 1 car. It's kind of what I wish is for car makers to just start making more and more sports cars, but at an affordable price. Because the problem nowadays is like, oh man, you want a sports car, the only things you can really afford is like a GT86, which it's not even powerful. I bought a RAV4 and it has more power than a GT86. Is it faster? Probably not. Almost for sure that it isn't, because it's heavier and stuff. And it's also hybrid, so it also has the battery in it. But GT86 only has that horsepower. The new one will have a little bit more, but I kind of feel like they can make it with more power. But it is not expensive. Like, it's around 30 grand Canadian, so it's fairly cheap. Then you have the Miata. It's kind of expensive. It's actually more than the GT86, but I'm not a fan of the Miata, to be honest. You got the RCF. They're talking about 70 grand there. You got the M4, the M3, you got the Audis, the RSs. All those cars start getting into, and they're not even sports cars, they're just like sedans and stuff. The RCF is a sports car, but like the RS3, RS4, all that stuff, those cars aren't really sports cars, they're just sedans with sporty engines. Then you have the F-Type, which is probably one of the cars with the best quality sports car price. Then you got the Supra, the BMW Supra, BMW Toyota. But we can't complain about that because at least we got a Supra. It may not be a Toyota engine, but we got a Supra. It is a Supra. They put the name, it's how it's registered, so regardless of it being fully Toyota or not, doesn't really matter. It is what it is. Pagani has Mercedes engines. The McLaren F1 has a BMW engine, if you think about it. So that's the way I think about those things is it doesn't always have to be the brand itself making the engine if the engine is good. And the Supra, yeah, it doesn't have, it's not a supercar or anything, but it has a pretty cool engine. Then the Corvette, I think the Corvette for the value, starting at 70 or whatever Canadian, I think that's one of the best options you have out there. Maybe the Porsche Cayman, but they're all so expensive, everything. I think the Corvette is actually not a bad price for what it is, but those other ones, they're expensive, like the Cayman, all that stuff. I think they're all very, very pricey. The ZL1, expensive, but a regular Camaro V8 is not that bad. Around 50k or so. Alright, 270. Oh man, this even... Oh, that engine's gonna explode. 280. Maybe I should have messed with the gearbox a little bit. When you downshift with this car is when it sounds really good. Okay, 8 minutes 22. I kind of expected something like that, but I think I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna try to change that final gear ratio. We're gonna bring it up. I'm gonna maybe not max it out. Actually, I'm gonna max it out. See what I can do with this. It is what it is. Whatever, let's go. But I might have to restart. Now the thing with this changes, I don't think it will be easy to slide out. Because now the lower gears don't have as much power going in, so it won't spin as much. The benefit though will be the top speed. The top speed will increase. And what does that mean? In straight lines and stuff, that's where I can gain a lot of seconds. As long as I drive correctly throughout the curves. I'm gonna downshift here to 4th gear. I don't trust this curve too much. Let's see if I could do below 8 minutes. It's gonna be tough. 8:22 is what I did. Definitely doesn't spin. It might even be slower with this gear ratio, just because it doesn't have that boost in the first gears. On the lower gears, I mean. But then it really picks up with that 5th gear. Even the 4th. It does get pretty fast there. 2nd gear here. Try to do this curve without sliding out. I mean, the car is not too fast. The only reason why I smashed a little bit earlier to the side was because I didn't brake early enough, and then the momentum got me to go against the wall. But other than that, the car isn't that much of a hassle to drive. I think that Supra that this game has, the Toyota Supra Time Attack Edition or whatever, that one was way more challenging than this one. Like, way more challenging to keep it in the track. This car, not too bad. This car also has much less horsepower, I think. I think that Toyota had over 1,000 as well. If I'm not wrong, I don't quite remember. I have to check it. Okay, let's not fall for the same mistake again. So earlier, this is where I kind of slid to that corner there. And the good thing, see, I am turning a little bit in second gear, giving it gas, and it's not really spinning out. So, usually, if a car has a lot of power and you, like, give gas while you're turning, it's probably going to spin out, especially if you don't have TC or any of that stuff on. But it's still pretty slow. Like, I'm at 3 minutes 30. But I mean, can't expect this thing to blow like 6 minutes, obviously. It's not that type of car. Doesn't really like uphills either. Also feels like there's less force feedback with this car. Like, now I'm not putting a lot of strength, and see how the wheel is not shaking like crazy. Some cars, like, it's tough. It's tough on your arms to steer them in this game. But this car is definitely not really pushing it too much. I'm not applying too much strength. Whoa. Maybe it's just like this. Maybe it drives like that a little bit. Who knows? Very soft. These first gears are really slow. I wonder if it's like that in reality. Take the insidey parts here. The lefty. Exit. Do not touch apex. Even with this car that's pretty stable, I don't want to touch the apex because that's a death wish. Whoa, 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 whoa. This part of the track, it's really tough to not touch the apex. Just because the curves are a little bit tighter. I feel like I could push this car so much more, and I'm just not trying. Not in terms of speed, but in terms of cornering is what I'm kind of feeling is like I could push it a lot more because it is quite stable. And it's not really trying to spin out. And as I say that, I'll probably end up spinning out at some point, but hopefully not. But you know, giving it full gas, the final gear ratio has changed, so that also helps. I got less than 2 minutes to get under the 8 minutes. Now the thing is, if I do get to that final straight at around 7 minutes, which I kind of believe I won't, because it's already at 6:39. By the time I get there, it's going to be 7:10. That gives me 50 seconds to cross the finish line there, which I don't think I'll be able to do below 8. I might do better than the last lap that I did. Yeah, I'm not even... It's going to be like 7:20 by the time I get to the straight there. It's already 7:10. So, definitely, I'm not pushing the car enough. Alright, the straight is here, so 7:20, even more than 7:20, 7:22. Alright, we're in the straight. About 35 seconds to get to that finish line. I don't think I'm going to get below 8 minutes. I might do 8:10, which is still better than what I did on the last lap. I believe if I started pushing this car more, I could go below 8. Maybe not even 8:10. I might go straight back to what it was, 8:20, 8:22, because I'm already at the 8-minute mark here again. Trying to not lose control. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do better than the previous lap, but not much better. Like 3 seconds maybe. 4 seconds. That's all I saved. Not great. That is it for that one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please sub and like, and stay safe.